So here you are, putting hours into AIMTRAINers and you still suck? You should just give up and kill yourself. Sorry, that was autocorrect. Chances are you're doing some massive mistakes that are limiting your progress. During my time coaching, I've seen consistent issues that keep coming up, and I thought I'd make a video about that. I do really think if you guys take this information to heart, that you'll truly start progressing and stop playing yourself over. So the first thing is when I see people overestimate your skill. Let me just be honest with you, 99% of you who are watching this are going to be beginners. It doesn't matter what your benches tell you or what you actually think, it matters how your skill is reflecting you. And if you're going into game and missing a lot of easy shots, it has nothing to do with inconsistency or maybe something else. More than likely, you just have to accept and start getting into the mindset that you're actually not as good as you think you are. It's far too common for people to rate their aim very high, only for them to score very low on my particular benches. I'll post a screenshot of some scores you can confirm for yourself and look if it's relevant to you or not. If it is, I need you to stop thinking like an intermediate player and start thinking like you need basics. You don't need some super fancy Valorant playlist, you just need fundamentals and the boring stuff to build up a solid foundation, and after we have overall good aim, that's when we can start diving into some spicier playlists. But right now, you don't have that foundation and you're trying to build up on nothing. Number two is those guys who always focuses on sensitivity, grip, or any other settings. It's pretty basic, but I see it all the time. People coming to me with questions like, what sensitivity should I use? What grip should I use? Should I keep my mouse like this or that? While these might be relevant to some people, they're often extremely irrelevant if you already have no skill. Change up your sensitivity or grip, it won't matter if you can't even get 6K on close fast strafes. Stop blaming all these external factors and man up to the real situation. You suck and you need beginner scenarios. Start talking to yourself with this aura of truth, since it's the only way you'll begin to accurately work on the situation. Number three kind of goes hand in hand with number two, but it's another issue I commonly see. While finding your flaws and VOD reviewing is exactly what you should be doing, you need to realize that most of your issues will naturally go away as you get better aim. For example, a lot of people will tell me they have shaky aim when they're actually just lacking the ability to follow the bot in the first place. So you're shaking as a compensation for your lack of skill, and not because you're actually shaky. So over time, as you get better and better, your shaking will then reduce, not because of any technique or any way you hold your mouse, but just because you're bad. Don't get me wrong, however, if you're genuinely an intermediate user or you don't see results, attacking weaknesses is insanely effective and something you should be doing. Fourthly, it's just those guys who lazily go in and play whatever you want. See, a lot of you guys are aim training without a goal in mind. Now, what does that mean actually? It means that you're lazily going into Kovacs and playing a playlist called Valorant Ultimate Femboy Hentai Trainer and trusting whatever is on there without realizing why it's helping you. Look, if something is working for you, keep doing it. But if you understand why it's helping you, you're much more likely to set yourself up for future success. Something I always ask my clients is, what are some previous playlists that have helped you? This way we can actually begin to take a look at what this playlist consists of and actually determine why it was effective for him. Knowledge is key and will ultimately help you identify your flaws and effectively work on them for long-term benefit and progress. Number five is something I again see consistently, and this has to do with higher egos, and it's detrimental to a lot of you guys. You see a tip or a playlist and immediately shut it off like you know better than your own brain. See, a lot of things don't have to make sense to you, they just have to work. And the truth is, some things work for others and don't for some. So that would mean that nothing is truly right or wrong, just right or wrong for you during this time. and that timing is crucial. But how do we figure out which is right for me? By trying everything, and actually trying to give everything a fair shot. For example, I don't like to switch my sensitivity. Why? Because it hasn't worked for me in the past, but I could only figure that one out through trial and error. That doesn't mean switching sensitivities is wrong for you. It means that you don't know until you try. So that's it. I hope you guys liked this little top 5 list of helpful tips. Do consider signing up for my AIM coaching if you thought this video was helpful, and consider joining the Discord as we host a lot of events, quizzes, or just ask your questions. Enjoy, and done.